Hello, welcome back to some more shenanigans. 3, 2, 1. I have been in the kitchen for hours, and I have got my Parmesan freshly. Got some gravy. Just get a block of it. That is the Parmesan Romano, but then I just had these two, so I've got Romano, Parm. I forgot the other one, but that I'll degrade it. Actually, no, I want it harder. And in my cheese mix, I have ricotta, like 2.5. How big are they? Sorry. So 132 ounce, and we'll just say 2 because I mixed some I had left over from the stuffed shells, and fresh parsley, fresh garlic. You have to use fresh ingredients. I can't use that minced garlic. I've got to do the real deal when I cook $100 worth of lasagna just for the ingredients. And over here in my tea mill, cast iron skillet that I'm using for the first time that I love. Sorry, the stove is a mess, but I have my homemade gravy that's been cooking for about an hour. I'm going to give it another hour. Some fresh bay leaves again. Don't use that dried shit. Use fresh, if and when you can. But that's just basic onions. Again, tons of fresh garlic, a whole bowl actually. But I probably won't use all the sauce, so I'll freeze it. And when I do my homemade pasta, which I'm going to show you over here, it's kind of a mess, but that is my KitchenAid. And this is a pasta sheet. If you're doing like fettuccine, angel hair, it's a drying rack basically to dry your pasta. Just use that. And I am making a mess. I'm gonna get all my attachments, but yeah, so fresh made pasta. When we do that, I'll just freeze any leftover sauce that I don't use in the lasagna. Of course, I salt my water and it kind of boiled over. And I just got to make sure I have enough noodles, which I'm sure I do. I'm going to take some of this to work with me. And lasagna is one of those dishes that are better after a day or two, I think. So I got my second pot of salted water boiling for more noodles. Man, I made a mess today. Now this is homemade. I made homemade mozzarella for the first time yesterday, and I'm going to show you the difference just in color. This is a block I had in the fridge that is store-bought, and that is homemade. But look at the color to the color and the difference. The white versus an off-white. I should probably move that away from the heat so it doesn't get all melty. And I was actually contemplating making homemade lasagna noodles itself with that KitchenAid pasta maker. But because I've used it for like fettuccine, but I haven't just used it to make lasagna noodles, so I went with store-bought. And I got my pan set up. I got it baking sheet lined with foil, and say that's 10 by 15-ish, 9 by 15, maybe lasagna pot. But yeah, I don't like the ones that are like dehydrated noodles that you just use extra sauce. I don't think it comes out as well as using just your basic store-bought. But yeah, back to my cheese sauce. There's onion powder, garlic powder, freshly cracked 3 pepper, some crushed red pepper for a little bit of kick. Oh yeah, And the pasta sauce, I used 1.5 pounds ground beef and 1 pound of sweet Italian sausage. It's about 4 of them. If you get the links, just take it out the casing. And those are the ratios I use for lasagna, not so much for my Sunday gravy. But yeah, fresh parsley, black 3 pepper. Let me see if I can even find the beads, but they're probably in the back end. As you can see, my spice rack is a mess. Cabinet, I should say. But this is something I got from Temu as well. I have it in salt and pepper, but it's just, you got your peppercorns in there, and again, it's a blend of 3 different kinds. So let's go back to that. Onion powder, garlic powder. I didn't put but a pinch of salt because, you know, the Parmesan cheese is salty. Parmesan in there, freshly grated Romano. And then what I do in my cheese mixture is I used one of the blocks of the fresh mozzarella I made last night, and I just cube it, and I throw it in there, and I mix it, and that's, you know, garlic, onions, onion powder, garlic powder, fresh garlic. Did I say that? Sweet Italian sausage, ground beef, and just if you do use jar sauce, you can. I had sauce left over, so I used a little bit of the jar sauce and then just my sauce gravy. I'm gonna have to do a recipe on that another time. But basically it's just crushed tomatoes, whole tomatoes, and I mash them with my hands. A little bit of sugar to take off the bite of the acid. I put crushed red peppers in everything. Your own spices. Making your own pasta sauce, if you've never done it, is super, super easy. Maybe a little time consuming, but it definitely beats, you know, having a jar sauce. So if I'm going all out and making my own mozzarella, then why not? And definitely next time I think I'll try to make my own pasta lasagna noodles, but I was a little scared because I've never made it before with the KitchenAid. All right. This is what's for dinner tonight with some homemade garlic cheesy bread and a Caesar salad. I'll show you the end result when we're there.